Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Cooking with Attezel. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite snack foods, hummus. So let's get this party started. Alright, I went ahead and put my apron on. Just so you know, this is gonna be about 15 hours prep time, but don't let that dissuade you. Most of the time, you don't even really need to be in the kitchen. The majority of the time is gonna be soaking your dry beans overnight, so about 8 to 10 hours, all right? And then what you wanna do is lay everything out nice and neat so that you can get everything started. Here are the actual cooked chickpeas. I actually put garlic, cumin, turmeric, salt, cayenne, fresh ground pepper, and you can see these big chunks of garlic really adds a layer of flavor there. So to get everything started, we're gonna start with our limes. A lot of times your limes can get very hard. This is kind of a hard lime. Little trick, you wanna give it a little rub against a clean counter, of course. And even though it seems pretty hard, you can just go ahead and cut it in half. I recommend getting a juicer. You're gonna get a lot more out of your lime or lemon, your citrus, and just give it a nice squeeze over here. And again, that is quite hard, but it's okay because you're still gonna get a good amount of juice. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and chop our garlic. I like to wear gloves just so my hands don't smell like garlic for the rest of the night. I take a small glass container, you can use anything. Smashing the garlic is gonna help get that skin off there very easily. Just peel your garlic, and then you always wanna take these little tips off right here. Next, you wanna finely chop up your garlic and continue on. All right, now that we've got the garlic minced and the lime squeezed, we're gonna talk about why this takes so long. The 15-hour process mainly consists of the soaking of the chickpeas. They're a very hard pea, so you wanna pick over them, then you wanna soak them for at least 8 to 10 hours. So that's a good time of your prep. Once you're done with them, and they're cooked and they're nice and soft, you wanna kinda do a little squeeze test. That's squeezed up really nicely, so we know that's done. All right, so we're gonna make our base for our hummus. Don't be shy with the olive oil. There's quite a good amount of chickpeas. You can gauge it by however you like. I'm gonna stop there with the olive oil, and then I'm gonna start adding my garlic. I love garlic, so I use a lot of garlic. And that's probably gonna be good for the amount of chickpeas that I have. See how much lime juice I got out of 3 limes? I'm gonna add plenty of lime juice as well because I really love a good citrus flavor in my hummus. So I've got all that together. We're gonna add a little fresh ground pepper and some salt. And then we're gonna blend this up nicely. Even though we minced that garlic quite fine, I really like the garlic flavor just to be in there, not any chunks of garlic or anything going on. So we're gonna blend this up, and then we're gonna start making our hummus. I'll take a spoon and I'll put a little bit on the back of my hand. I like the way that tastes. Ooh, you can really taste that garlic, so bright and fresh. I've taken the majority of the liquid out of my chickpeas. I can always add this if I need more liquid, because you always want to make sure that you have a nice consistency with your hummus. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this whole thing and dump this in here. As you can see, it's a good amount of chickpeas. I love some of the juice in there. I use this pot for my beans, so I'm not concerned about messing it up. It's a seasoned pot. All right, so we've got our sauce. We want to add our tahini. Tahini really has a nice flavor to it. You don't want to add too much, you don't want to add too little. So you can go as you wish. For the amount of chickpeas I have, I'm gonna put about 2 or 3 large spoons in here just to get the party started. If you don't have a blender stick or a little contraption like a little bullet, you can always use a food processor if you have one. A blender, anything that'll kind of mix everything together. So we're ready to blend up our hummus. We've added our tahini, we've added our olive oil, garlic, lime juice, salt and pepper. There's still a little bit of the liquid that the garbanzo beans cooked in. So now we're just gonna use our blender stick. Again, food processor, whatever, blender to blend it. I like the stick. So, just gonna go in and start mushing. All right, so I want to do a little taste test just to see what the flavor of my hummus is like. So I'm gonna give it a little whirl. It's already got a nice consistency going. I like it. I can taste the garlic. I want a little more citrus, a little more pepper, a little more salt. So I'm gonna add that and keep blending until I get the right consistency. I'm gonna go ahead and just jar some of this up. You can freeze it. If you wanna take some to a party, you can. Nice little snack. Pretzels, carrots, celery, peppers, whatever floats your boat. Just remember to put a little bit of olive oil right on top. This will take on a slightly thicker consistency. If you're gonna freeze it, make sure you leave a little bit of room in the top of your jar. So, there we go. A little finishing oil right on top. And then we're gonna give the lid a little wipe down. And voila, hummus. Thanks again for joining me on Cooking with Attezel. We made hummus today. Remember, enjoy, have fun, cook with friends. Lime hummus. I think it's good.